Hey, welcome to Trap Souls Podcast. I'm here with Stephanie Pitz, founder of Haunted Havens LLC. She does everything from events, investigations, mediumship, I'm going to assume, everything. But we're not here for that. We're here for Cleveland Paracon 2026. Big deal, a lot of questions. So how's that all going right now?
Pretty good. We actually are completely full on our special guest now, so I can't accept anybody else, even though they keep on coming in and everybody's super excited for it. 1 second, please.
Oh, no problem.
Sorry, I think my dog was like squeaking his toy over and over again. I had to tell yeah, so we have all the special guests completely full now. We have our panels picked out. We have another person that's going to be sponsoring. I haven't posted that yet, and I still have a bunch of other people that I'm just kind of like slowly posting. So everybody that I have on there isn't everybody total yet.
Okay. So yeah, I wrote some down. Christopher Lee Jansen, Jeff Fent, Carlos Zuzik, Kathy Sparrow, Joe and Jen from 22 Paranormal Podcast. Love them. 13th Floor Haunted Media Productions. Sam Baltrusis.
I'm not sure the last name, but I think you're closer than what I am.
What was it? Nick Carbini and Bree Hollingshead?
Yep.
No. I mean, that's a pretty good list right there.
We also have Timothy Shaw coming and a girl named Tilly Treadwell. And then Christopher has a couple other people. We have Stasia. She's another medium. And I think that might be everybody, but I could be mistaken. There might be like 1 or 2 more people that are coming.
I mean, you got all the way till September. So, I mean,
yeah,
more can happen. And, I reached out to you about doing a vendor. I've never been a vendor before. And you're like, yeah, definitely do it. And I'll tell you what, it was stressful. Like that night, I'm like, what am I doing here? Like
it is, especially if you've never done it before. It's like, I have to read every detail and make sure I know exactly what I'm doing. I am slowly posting those videos showing everybody like what you're going to be expecting versus just rolling up and trying to wing it yourself. So I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for the vendors as I can. So like when people do pull up, people that have a lot of stuff or things that they're going to be selling at their tables, we'll have volunteers on site ready to help them bring their stuff in so that they can get their cars moved out of the way and everything a much more simple process. As time goes on, each like month or so goes by, I'm just going to keep doing more small updates so that we're not updating everybody right now and then they forget and can't find the videos. I'm going to slowly keep doing that each month.
Yeah, I mean, so let's talk about the Paracon itself, though. Like, this is the first Cleveland one, right?
I don't know of any Cleveland Paracons besides MadCon, which is in Madison. There's not Cleveland. And this is in the heart of Cleveland. It's literally in the 5th Street Arcade. So
yeah, I'm excited about it. I mean, it's most Paracons you go to, I'm going to assume they have like 20, 30 vendors, set up. And what you guys are spaced off for, 100, right?
We have room for 150. We actually have room for more, but I'm capping it at 150 just because, it's a lot.
I mean, it is called Paracon, but for everybody out there, it's not all paranormal, especially vendor-wise.
So that's why it's nice that we have that space upstairs so that it's all free to the general public, and people who might be intrigued by the paranormal can come into the convention because it's right there connected to the arcade. But that's why I'm encouraging even anybody that's part of our con to get a table up there, because that's going to be a lot of extra traffic flow that nobody is going to even realize is going to be there because it's just a big open space and 2 giant hallways in the arcade.
Yeah, and you got, if you're not into the paranormal, you got a whole bunch of stuff. Just walk through and check it out. I mean, I wrote a couple.
I completely agree.
You got the crazy craft lady that's going to be there. Phantom flame candles. I'm excited about that. I mean,
yeah, me too.
I mean, there's Over the Moon is going to be there. Crooked Path Paranormal. I mean, there's going to be so much there. It's going to be hard as a vendor because I heard that's one thing that vendors complain about. They don't have time to walk around and check everything out.
That is one of the things like at MadCon that I always make sure like me and my cousin like rotate each other out because she'll sit at the table while I go talk and explore and everything. So if you have somebody that can sit at your table and do that so you can get around and go check some stuff out, I recommend it.
And it's 2 days long, so you have plenty of time.
Yeah.
So,
and you could always just put a "Be Right Back" sign on your table and tell another vendor to just keep an eye on it for you. I mean, everybody is pretty, helpful.
Yeah, I mean, we all have small businesses, if you want to call it that. No, so besides that, I mean, you have a lot of stuff planned. You plan on doing some giveaways. I just read you're going to do Estes method. You're going to do some children's ghost hunting.
Yeah.
I mean,
everyone's excited about the kids' ghost hunt because, like I said, with the Paracons, I don't know if you've ever been to one, but it's mostly just like you walk around and talk to vendors and shop and just socialize. This one is like more interactive with the paranormal. So that's why we have the Estes session that's going to be available for people to go and check it out if they've never done it before, whatever the case may be. And then we have the kids hunt because I take my kids everywhere. And I know there's other little ghost hunters out there that would really like to be a part of something like that, but they don't ever get the opportunity because they have age limits and things like that. So this is going to only be like adults are not going to be allowed on this ghost hunt. It's strictly kids with 2 volunteers and my kids leading it. So they're going to go in a separate part of Coco's for like 30 minutes, see what they get, and then come back. And then there will be another small 30-minute session sometime throughout the day. There will be 2 sessions that they get to do it. So hopefully everybody will get to be a part of it that wants to.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be fun for the kids and, for the parents that are going to watch their kids do it. So hopefully I think it's cool. I mean, I think
it's exciting.
My daughter goes on sometimes with me on investigations. She loves it. So, I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't. But let's talk about the Estes method a little bit. Do you plan on like maybe doing like a little teaching Estes method? Because a lot of people out there watch TV shows. And all they see is the blindfold headphones. They don't hear what's going on.
So that's what the whole little session is about. There's going to be a volunteer in there at all times that will either demonstrate it for you. If you don't know, if you've never done it before and you need an example, they can demonstrate it for you, or they can just tell you how to do it. And you can also set up your phone in there and record it and see what you get. But the volunteer that's going to be in there is going to be asking a set of respectful questions to see if the spirits will respond to that person under.
Yeah. Is it Estes or Estes? Because everybody's calling it different right now, but
I call it Estes.
That's what I call it. Whatever. It's all the same.
I say whatever I feel it is. And, if somebody has a problem with it, that's their problem.
No, I mean, Estes is really cool, but it's very hard to get used to, I think. Because until you hear that first word or sentence, you don't know what you're listening to.
I completely agree, which is why when you come on my tours, I push so hard for everybody to at least try it for at least like 2 minutes, because you just have to try it to understand what you're looking for exactly. And I always do it first. So I go under first because obviously, being a medium, I can channel them a little bit better. So then my guests are always like, "Oh, Stephanie, you go under," because we get good results. But that's not why I do it on my tours. I do it. I want them to do it, and I want them to get better at it. Like you're saying, until you hear that word, they think they suck at it, but it's just about getting good at it and practicing. You're not good at anything when you first start it. And I wasn't good at Estes when I first started it. To be honest with you, I hated it and it would give me a headache. But once I pushed through that static noise and I understood exactly what I was looking for, it's basically like having a normal conversation with people. And that's why the guests are always like, "Stephanie, you do it," because we can talk to them so easy. So you just have to practice.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you can practice at home, I guess. I mean, I don't know if you want to, but people can practice at home.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I had the privilege of working with Stephanie down at West Theater. I took some family down there and some friends, give them a little experience, and it was great. We weren't getting anything. And Stephanie comes in, "How active is it?" I'm like, "Nothing." And so she jumped right in. She jumped right in and got the spirits talking a little bit. It was great though. So if you ever have a chance to work with Stephanie, definitely.
I told you, I said at the beginning, I'm like, if you aren't getting any activity within the first 2 hours, there's a problem.
Yeah.
You're not doing something right. So then when I came in and checked on you guys and you weren't getting anything, it's like I say to so many people that don't like doing public tours. If you're going to do a private somewhere, I don't care if it's Fairfield, Madison, Wildwood, I don't care where you're going. I highly recommend you do a public tour or a flashlight tour to introduce yourself to the spirits in that location. Because if you don't and you just go in on your private and that's your first time meeting them, you only have so much time on your private. So do you want to spend all that time getting to know them or like pulling teeth trying to get them to interact, or go on that private, watch how the tour guide interacts with them, learn about them, figure out who's in there, what's going on, and then do your private, and you have that initiation on that first interaction. I always get better results on my second investigation no matter what. So that's why I said if there's a problem within 2 hours, if you're not getting something, come get me and we will get them to talk.
I mean, I figure my dad being from Barberton, my godson being from Barberton, Russ, I figured we'd get something, but I like going in blind. But
I do too.
That's our
I
next,
do too.
That's our next podcast. Let's talk Paracon. So, so all your special guests, obviously I've not been to a Paracon. Are they doing like on stage speeches, Q&As?
Yeah. So we have a couple panels selected. We have an equipment panel and an intuition panel with the mediums. So it will be interesting to see how people that like using equipment versus how psychics investigate. And it's not like us mediums don't like using equipment. It's just people that don't have, a good intuition rely on their equipment. Well, we still rely on equipment sometimes too. So it's going to be interesting to see everybody's outlook on that. And then we have 3 guest speakers on Friday. So I'm not going to say who they are yet because I don't know where I'm putting people just yet. But I do have a schedule almost made out. It's almost finalized. I just have to go over it with Christopher. So I don't want to give anybody any ideas of what days or anything they're going to be on because it's not finalized. So we have 3 guest speakers on Friday. 2 will be in the event space and then 1 will be somewhere else in Coco's because I don't want noise contamination or being disrespectful to people like in the same area. So we have 3 people on Friday, and then we have 2 speakers on Saturday, and those 2 will be in the event space. So it's going to be really cool. I'm excited to have 2 going at one time to see, where the people go and who they disperse to. And they're really interesting topics as well. Like it's not just paranormal on Friday. One of the panels are mythical creatures and like folklore, like Bigfoot and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be really cool too. Because it's not just paranormal. Like I said, it's all sorts of different stuff. And we're putting even like the witchy aspect into it. There will be like a grounding space in the medium room where you can go to the psychics and stuff. So after you get your reading done, you could like chill out and go do some grounding because that's where that area will be too. There's going to be like free cards that you can take home with respectful questions because being a public ghost tour guide, I see people coming in and asking all these same questions over and over again. So I wanted to give back to investigators coming in like a little thing like they can take on their next investigation and ask different creative questions. Because I think that's something that people struggle with too, just coming up with talking to a spirit in general. They don't know how to interact.
I get it all the time when I take new people on investigations. I'm like, hey, you ask questions. I don't know what to ask. Just have a conversation.
I sat on a tour at Farrar one time with a group, and they were Sam and Colby fans. So like they could have asked any question that you could think of. They sat in silence for 4 hours and just stared at me. And I talked to myself the entire tour, and I eventually just started talking to the spirits instead of them because they wouldn't even talk to me. I would be like, tell them your name. And they would just sit there and stare at me. So mind blown by this group of people, and I've never experienced it again. But I think some people are either just so shy or they're just so nervous or they just are caught up in the moment that I can't believe this is happening. They don't know what to ask. There's so many different levels of questions that people just need a little bit of extra help. So I really wanted to put a little stack of cards together for people to take home and take on their next investigation.
No, that'd be good. I mean, when you said that, I just pictured like a middle school dance, the boys on one side, girls on the other side, just staring at each other,
That's
not knowing what to
exactly
do.
what it was. Even the spirits talking, I was like, they don't want to hear from me, guys. I'm like, I do this all the time. They're so sick of me. They would rather talk to you. And the bell, like, just ringing, just like, yes, like, we do not want to listen to this girl. We're tired of her. They didn't care. They just stayed silent.
So the event space at the arcade, I couldn't find it. What's the cost to get down there? Or do you guys
The
not
event,
have it yet?
the event space at the arcade.
Like where all your special guests are going to be? Is that because the vendor part's free, right?
Yeah. So, to get into the con, it will be $40.
Okay.
So, with that being said, there's a lot of stuff in there that you're going to be able to get to do. I want to make sure you're getting your money's worth. So first off, you have 75 selfie spots, the little studios in there that you can go and take selfies at. You get 75. You get the whole selfie place to yourself. You can do whatever you want. That's normally $35 itself for one ticket. So, I mean, that alone, if you're trying to go take some pictures and not do the paranormal stuff, you get all that plus what's going on in there. So in my opinion, that's a really good deal right there. And so it'd be $40 to get in. And then afterwards, the ghost hunt, we're leaning towards, I think it's $80 a person, we were going to say, and we're capping it at 20 people. So
Okay.
those sales will go up in June. I'm going to be posting like an update, like here's going to be the prices and everything set in stone. And then I'm going to say, save your money up, get ready in June because there's only going to be 20 tickets available. And once they're gone, they're gone. And we're doing ghost hunts both nights. So we're going to do one Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
So there will be 2 chances to get your ticket and hopefully you get in because I think it's going to fill up pretty quick, especially with Christopher being there. He's also going to have the option to have a seance during it. So everybody loves his seances.
Yeah. So when you're down in the con, then you have a chance to talk to all these people that are down there.
Yeah, you get everybody that's already in there, all the special guests, they will all be down there. So you get a chance to talk to them. You get to walk around. You get all the free little goodies. We're gonna have like witchy stuff. Like I said, there will be like broom making. I have my whole list of stuff that I should have brought out for this talk, but yeah, we have a whole laundry list of really cool stuff. And like you said, we have till September to like keep adding things to it. And I know one of the sponsors, they wanted to come up with a interactive creative activity within the con as well. So there's going to be surprises coming from every direction. There's going to be a haunted museum in there too. That's off of the event space. So where people are talking, you can go into that room and then there's like a whole haunted museum down there. So there's all sorts of different stuff.
Sorry, getting texted. Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, again, I haven't been there. That's why I'm asking these questions. So hopefully it answers some other people's questions.
Yeah, and you'll be there the 30th, I think.
Yes, I'm going to Coco's the 30th. I'm going to be that guy looking for Wi-Fi, with my phone here.
Kathy Sparrow, she'll be coming on that day as well. So you guys, if you haven't met her, you'll meet her there.
Okay.
She's one of the special guests. She's one of the mediums. So I'm excited for her to come check out the space too.
Yeah, I'm excited. I keep switching back and forth. Vendors, like people out there just want followers. That's all everybody's talking about. Then, for the cost of a vendor for both days, that's the cost for an investigation. Close to it. If you go to a private. So,
and another thing with it is we're actually expanding the hours on Friday. I haven't told anybody this yet. So we're actually adding hours to Friday just to make it longer, to get people's money worth. And I'm not changing the price. So you can get Friday for 65 and then Saturday for 75. And the hours will be expanded for Friday. So we're making it earlier versus starting later. It was supposed to start at 12. And I was just like, you know what? Let's just start it right at 10, just like the next day, and give the vendors more time to be up there and get more exposure since they are paying. Let's just let them be up there for the extra 2 hours. What's it going to be to us anyway? So I did expand the hours for them. And I didn't make the price change. So I thought that was nice. And, be doing cons as just a normal group is going to get you a lot of exposure. That's where I first started with Haunted Havens. I actually started doing things at flea markets, and I would just go to the flea market on the weekend, and I would pass out my flyers and I would pass out all my cards. And that's where I gained a lot of followers. Honestly, I didn't do the Facebook thing because I wasn't a group like, oh, please get me to this number, get me to that number. I didn't do that route because I'm not a group, and I didn't want to give people the wrong impression that I am a private investigation group. I'm a public group, and they can come wherever they want. So for me, doing vendor type things was much better because I'm out in the public with people who have never done ghost stuff, which is the target I'm going for. So people walking by at the flea market, 9 times out of 10, they're just random people. Some people I have had a lot of people come from that. I haven't done it in a while because I've gotten so busy, but that's where I did first start doing stuff. And then I started doing more paranormal cons, but I still do craft shows and stuff like that. When I get invited, I just don't go out of my way and look for them anymore because I'm more into the paranormal cons now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity to get your name out there. I mean, for me as a podcaster, obviously, networking is a big thing for me.
I completely agree. And I think that people should definitely take advantage of the FCI con, the Mad Con, and ISS. All those cons are going to get you a bunch of exposure because all those paranormal people come to that stuff. And luckily for Cleveland Paracon, like I said, it's not just the paranormal. Like the paranormal people are going to be going down into Coco's, and then the rest of the public that is going to be up there just from weekend traffic, they're going to be walking by in and out and seeing all of that. And that's what's going to draw their attention is like, oh, what the heck is this? This is super cool. And then if they don't know about it on Friday, they might come back Saturday and talk to you again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I mean, my networking's through emails. I mean, that's the way I work right now. I Facebook and emails, and I can't wait to go out and actually meet a whole bunch of people and hopefully get them on a show sometime and just talk paranormal. That's what I like doing. So I will be doing podcast there at the Paracon, and I do plan on doing some giveaways too.
Yes, we're having a raffle. So we're gonna do a fundraiser to make sure that we give back to the city. And I just felt like everybody loves animals, and what a better way to help them than us do a raffle, and then we give it to the ASPCA out of Cleveland to a non-kill shelter, especially. So if every vendor or even just guests like that are just coming to the con in general want to make a raffle basket, all that money and the proceeds go directly to the ASPCA.
Yeah, I plan on getting something together. I was going to get with you the 30th and talk about that stuff. I mean, I'll donate whatever we need to get.
It can be anything. It can be just like a little tiny basket. It doesn't have to be paranormal related. I always tell people make wine baskets or like movie baskets or things like that people actually want to get like for their kids and stuff. Cause a lot of people do go straight, like at MadCon, they go straight for that Fent box. They're putting all their tickets and all their money into that Fent box. While there are other people who know, well, if there's that many tickets in that basket, I'm not probably going to win. So let's just put it in the smaller baskets and get a better chance. I always tell people the smaller gifts are important too. It doesn't have to be this extravagant thing. Because regardless, people are putting their money into it. And then the more gifts there are, the better chances of their odds are of winning something.
Yeah, no, it's going to be awesome. I mean, I'm excited. I'm nervous. Obviously I'm excited. It's a lot of work. I mean, I can't imagine what you're going through. I mean, I'm a single person. I mean, I got Nacho helping me out with this because I've never done it before, but like you're talking t-shirts, hats, mugs, table runners. I'm just scrambling to get everything done because I don't want to be doing it in September.
Yeah, that's what we're doing as well. Luckily, I have a really good support team. Christopher and Brent Fair and Mandy Fair from Creepy Crates. They're our top sponsors. If you're not following them, go follow them. They're amazing. They're helping with a lot of that stuff, which is why I'm really glad that they are one of our top sponsors, because Brent is just so smart with all of that type of stuff. Even when it comes to pricing it out and figuring out who's the best that we should use and go with, he's amazing. He's just amazing. Like, that's all I have to say. He's absolutely amazing, because I could not do half the stuff that I have done without him. Like the website and stuff, that's all him. He did it all by himself. I just gave him the idea, the vision that I had, and I said, do whatever you want. and he brought it to life 100%. Exactly what I expected.
I mean, but he goes to you for TikTok videos. I know that. So
No. I just get the TikTok videos off of him taking granny videos of him. That's how I went viral from MadCon.
yeah, it's funny because I'm like, yeah, I'm having Stephanie on. She's from Haunted Havens. Is that girl that jumps around and stuff? I'm like, yeah, that's her. Like,
okay, I can't help that we have fun, and that's why the spirits interact with me and not you guys. I mean, sorry.
I'm not fun. Come on. Oh. No, I mean, that's how you get out there, and spirits do like to have fun. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, we do. We like doing TikToks, and honestly, we do TikToks everywhere. We were just at Wildwood, and the owner, Zach, the first thing he said to me, he ran up to me and he goes, "We should make some TikToks." But that was the first thing he said to me immediately. He met me at MadCon. Me and Sierra were upstairs making TikToks on one of the floors, and Zach came rolling by on his Heelys, and I was like, "Hey, you should make a TikTok with us." And I had no idea who he was, and we all just jumped in together and we did it. And then here to find out he owns that building, and then I ended up holding an event there, and now I have good friends from it. So going to cons is important.
Yes, you get to make TikToks.
TikToks. Yes, I was going to say, and making TikToks are too.
No, I mean, Cleveland. Why this is bothering me? A lot of people consider Ohio one of the most haunted states. So why is it taking so long for Cleveland to jump on this?
Man, I don't know. And that's why I'm taking over Cleveland, because there ain't nothing going on up there. And there is so much history. I mean, the arcade alone is from the 1800s. And what Coco's is, yeah, it's a selfie space now. So this is where it's like hard to get investigators to come there, because I say selfie space and they're like, we're going to go to an asylum. Okay, well, have fun at your asylum, because this place is super freaking active and it's really unique. I can't explain it to you. Once you step into this space, you're going to know why I can't explain it to you. There's just no words for it. It's where the horses and carriages used to be held. So we do have spirits from the 1800s to present time. And it's like a revolving door down there. Like, we get random spirits all the time. Like I said, it's downtown Cleveland. You get policemen, you get random people off the street. We get everything in there. It's literally insane. I don't know if you've seen the most recent TikTok video of one of the guests that was, I took some people outside to go smoke, and I don't let them go outside by themselves. So I took them out there. He doesn't smoke, so he stayed in, and he has his GoPro going, and he's walking around with his phone, and he's like, "I'm here by myself." And then bam, something smacks really hard into the back. Hello, Bobby. I see somebody just left a comment on there. Something smacks in the background, and he looks and he's like, "What the heck?" And then his GoPro just completely turns off, and he goes, "Oh my God, it shut off." And then one of the skeleton animatronics, you have to like walk past it and shine a light on it to get it to go off. That starts going off in the background too. And this video just had so much chaos within 30 seconds. I was like, this is a perfect video to explain how Coco's is right here.
No, I mean, like you said, it's a TikTok studio or whatever, selfie studio. And I was a little taken away by that because you like the creepy stuff. That's why we do this.
Well, let me tell you how creepy it is when the lights go out there. Like, it's such a warm and welcoming, and it's amazing when you're there during the day. It's almost like a big art museum more than it is a selfie studio. It's honestly just like really cool to see in general. You don't need to take a selfie. It's just cool to see how her mind created this place down there. And when the lights go out, I cannot tell you, I do not like being in there alone. It is like, I can be in an abandoned school by myself, no problem. Like, I am not afraid at all. It's fine. Like, they can throw shit behind me. It's cool. I don't care. At Coco's, I will always have my light out, and I will always have my camera going, because they will shake the freaking antique doors on me as I'm walking by. They'll knock something over. They turn the lights on. They turn the faucets on. It's always when you're least expecting it to. Like, they purposely like to do it to you, because I think they just like to watch me run out and like lock the doors. I think it's like a game at this point, but it's crazy. They love doing stuff.
That's good. I'm excited for it. I haven't done an investigation this year, so I was gonna go on the 13th, and I'm like, kept putting it off. I'm like, I'm gonna go on the 30th. Like, let's just go out there and have a good time. So it's
Yeah,
it's
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It is gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, I saw your 13th one sold out. It looks like
That's at the Gill House.
oh, you have one at Coco's February 13th.
I have 2 tickets left for that one.
Okay. So you doing Wildwood anytime soon and again then?
Wildwood is going to be in June. The next one will be in June, and we're staying the weekend as well. So anytime we do Wildwood, we're staying the weekend.
Okay. Might have to check that out. I've been trying to get up there. I just haven't. So
it is quite the location.
That's what I've heard. You know, in the beginning, I heard it wasn't that. It was like all fake and stuff. And now, like the last 3 or 4 months, people are like,
I'll tell you what. Someone told me that they fell asleep there, no problem. It was so quiet and, you know, it was whatever. And I was like, I didn't know what to expect. So when we went there, I don't know what to say. It was never quiet. I literally didn't even get to sleep because they never left us alone. All of the guests on Saturday night, 2 people left at like 3 or 4 in the morning because they were so scared they couldn't sleep. I did not. I had a room open to myself, and quite honestly, I was so terrified. I went and slept on the floor in the living room. My cousin was under the table on the floor. We're like the hardwood floor. We're all sleeping on, all of us. And then the only 2 other people, well, 3, Tim ended up going upstairs, and then another couple, they stayed on the very top floor. I don't know how they did it because I did not get any sleep that weekend. It was nonstop bangs.
I don't sleep at places, so no, it's good.
I usually have a problem.
No, I usually drive there, drive back. That's the way
I usually do too. But I mean, obviously, we were staying the weekend, so I wasn't driving home. But when I do stay places, like when I stay at the school, I normally don't have too much of an issue. But there, no, it was not happening.
They just liked you. That's all. They didn't want to be in a TikTok video. That's why.
I didn't make any. We didn't make any there.
That's why.
We didn't have any time because it was literally popping off the entire time. We literally just investigated almost the entire time. I think we just took breaks to eat. It was just so much happening. Like repetitively, there was never a break.
That's why they were mad at you. Yes, they want to be TikTok famous.
Well, next time they can be.
Yeah, I don't do TikTok videos. I'll do like I put that one up the other day or last night. I worked third shift last night, so I can't get into it.
So I struggled like really bad. I just kept running out of creative things to make with just the evidence we were collecting, and it wasn't enough to stay in the algorithm and keep me pushing through. So I just started watching like tips on making videos, and I was like, I'm just going to try these voiceovers. I'm just going to do it. And I don't really care what people think anyway. So I was not really embarrassed by it. So once I started doing it, I started getting more and more comfortable with it. And then I started picking up my own type of niche with it. Like I kind of have my own feel for it. Like I do still post evidence, but I also do the voiceovers and like the silly dances. And then my kids like to do it too. So I always listen to their ideas and include it too, because they work out pretty good sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, they're fun to watch. I mean, you don't expect it when you're just going through paranormal stuff and there's Stephanie like doing whatever.
That's what I think too. I think that's why, you know, it is a little bit different because we bring that energy to our investigations too. Like we're not going crazy and acting inappropriate. You saw how I investigated at the theater. But we do have fun. So if children spirits ask to roll a ball back and forth, then yeah, I'm going to have your dad and your friend go up on the stage and roll that ball back and forth.
Yeah. I did have the owners of the Tripwire on a podcast. And I asked them, remember how my Tripwire went off?
Yeah, I still talk about that.
And so I asked them, because that's one of the ways you find out the battery's dead. It'll go turn orange. So I
But it wasn't dead, I thought.
No, I'm like, I reset it and it lasted what, another 2-3 hours?
I was going to say we used it the rest of the night. It was fine.
And he has no clue. He's like, it had to be something that walked across the stage then.
Well, it made that noise too. It made that.
Yeah, it's an audio.
Yeah, it was weird.
That's cool. I had the video somewhere. I haven't posted it yet, but I'm slacking on that. Yeah, Verona Ghost Chaser has been at Wildwood, Nacho. Yeah, a lot of people jumping on here. Verona's going to do some giveaways. He's helping me out. So, I mean, it's, again, Paracon. If you haven't done one, or if you have done one, Cleveland's going to be one of the places to be. A lot of foot traffic.
And like you said, there's not much paranormal going on down there. So it's like the perfect opportunity to start these cons there and keep this going as a yearly thing and making it this big thing yearly, because there is nothing. So once we start bringing it there and putting on the table, it's us. Like, that's us. That's our name. Like, we're doing it. So a lot of people are going to start knowing about it over the next year.
What I'm excited about, though, is arcade. I mean, people walk through it all the time, and they probably might not know a Paracon's going on. And they're going to walk in there, see vendors lining the streets, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
Place. And they're going to be interested. They're going to ask you questions. They're going to go to different places, you know.
I think so too. They're going to, and because they're not in that convention down below, and we'll have some paranormal investigators up above that can answer some questions, and they can send them down there and be like, go get your ticket. They're doing Estes down there. They're doing all sorts of stuff. I think it's going to be really good, and I'm super excited for it, to be honest with you. It's a lot of work, and sometimes my thumbs hurt really bad from messaging people back so much. But I think once I step into there September 11th that morning, I think it's going to all be worth it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to sleep good that night, probably. I mean, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a long day.
Are you staying up? Are you getting a hotel up there?
No, I'll probably come back. I'm only 25 minutes away, so it's not too bad.
I figured. I'm just going to stay in Coco's because I'm not going to get much sleep. So I'm just going to sleep there.
It's possible I might just crash there. We'll see how it goes. But I mean, no, it's I have a couple friends that plan on spending the night Friday night. They're not going to come Friday, but they're bringing their families, going to do a hotel, make it a whole day Saturday thing, and just come to the Paracon all day Saturday. So
now, Hotel Cleveland is already a little expensive in itself, but they're going to be putting out a block for 10 rooms with a discount on them. Okay. And that's a super haunted hotel. So if people didn't get into the ghost hunt or didn't have the money for it, you could just get the hotel and investigate your room, because I'm telling you what, that place is insane. And if you've seen my TikTok, you will see I had a live stream going when we investigated it, because we're getting tours going there. When I investigated it there, the people in the live know it was insane. We had the lights turning on and off on command. We had an extraordinary night there. So that's why I'm saying, if you can't do the ghost hunt at night, go get Hotel Cleveland. The Marriott is connected right to the arcade as well. We're also getting a discount on that. Brent's going to work on that in the next couple weeks. So that, I think, for vendors would be really good, because they could just take their stuff up right into the hotel that's connected to the arcade. Easy as heck for them. But then people who aren't going to be vendors and just want to stay up in Cleveland and like be a part of the con, I say Hotel Cleveland, because that place is off the charts. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, I might have to think about just staying down there, because I'm going to have a lot of stuff down there too. So
yeah.
We'll see.
Then there's also the cemetery down there, Erie Street Cemetery, that is super haunted. We investigate there all the time. And then there's the monument that's at the square right next to Hotel Cleveland. It's this big monument, and you can go into tunnels in the springtime. They open up the tunnels below Cleveland, and supposedly those are really haunted. I've never had a chance to do it because they sell out every single time. And last year I was trying to go with Christopher, but the timing just hasn't added up. So this year, hopefully I can get in there, but it's all haunted. I mean, you can just go out on the sidewalk. It's almost like Savannah, Georgia, but people don't know that because it's not, paranormal just isn't a thing downtown Cleveland.
Right. I don't know why, but I mean, it's very historical.
It is. It's crazy.
I did get to investigate the Greenbrier Suite in Terminal Tower.
Okay.
That was pretty neat. We were the first people to go in there.
What?
That, yeah. So not really much happened, but it was, again, just going in there and just looking at that place and walking around.
Yeah.
I mean, the walls are made from, wood from the Sherwood Forest. I mean, Robin Hood. I mean, you can't get better than that. So, I mean,
I completely agree. The architecture alone, like walking down the streets and then stepping into the buildings, it's incredible because some of them, one of the guys that actually designed the Franklin Castle did a lot of architect work around Cleveland. And I don't know if you know much about the Franklin Castle, but the guy that made Key Bank, like the biggest bank in America, that's where that came from, right in Cleveland. And not that many people actually know that. The actual bank that he started is still in that home right now. I don't know if you've ever been in the Franklin Castle or not. It's badass. I mean, the count that bought it a couple years ago, I don't think he still owns it because there was some stuff online that I saw that was going back and forth with the ownership. But when I went a couple years back, he actually lived in Germany and came here and bought it when it was like all burnt up because people try to burn it down all the time because they say it's possessed. It's incredible. It's almost back to its original state. Like he took the time and like went back in time and he collected chandeliers that were like shipped to a different part of the country. He brought it all back to this house and like put it back together and it looks like its original state. It's honestly amazing what he has done to that place. And that was pretty haunted too. We just did a regular history tour in that house. We didn't do an investigation. And as we were there for 6 hours. This guy never stopped talking. We were there for 6 hours. It's supposed to be like 3. And as we're walking through the place, I mean, we were getting footsteps, loud footsteps, and people walking above us. And just like, that was when I first began investigating, like actually start paying attention to things. And I was just so mind blown. I was like, this is like, I'm like, is there someone above us? And he's like, no, we're the only ones in the home. And I was just like, what the hell? I have never heard something like, now I'm just used to it at this point. Like it's whatever. But at that point in time, I was blown away.
yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to get in a Franklin Castle because I heard different things about it.
It's very, very creepy. Like the feelings in there, when you even first step in there, it's almost like a weight sets down on top of you. It's really heavy. There's like an apartment upstairs because his family supposedly died like not too long after he built the home, and then he ended up remarrying to some lady from a different country like several weeks later. It's a big setup if you ask me, and I think he murdered his damn family to be with his mistress. But it's like a thing, and you can just feel the tension in these rooms. It is intense. Like Madison's intense upstairs in the attic, you know, like that heavy feeling, that's like uncomfortable feeling up there when you're by yourself. But this is another level of uncomfortable.
And we got Christopher Boggs just jumped on, a mortician.
Hello, Christopher.
Yeah, he's awesome. If you don't follow him. Great conversation.
I investigated with him and Skylar and my kids in Gettysburg. We went to Sach.
Yeah, we're trying to get together to do a funeral home down in Southern Ohio. So,
Broadwell. Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, Broadwell. I'm like,
I'm going there. I have an event there coming up in March.
Yeah. Trying to get Chris to go in Southern Ohio Paranormal Society. I'm like, what would be better than bring the mortician? Like, let's go.
Yeah, no. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's great. No, I mean Cleveland Paracon is going to be fun. Best game with you is always fun. Go on Haunted Havens events. She has a little video how to get to everything because I asked her, I'm like, how do I buy these damn tickets?
So after I made that video for you, it was probably 4 days later, I had the same question pop up like I told you. They were like, how can I view your events? How do I see all of them? And they're like, we only see the ones you post. And I was like, here you go. I was like, I already have this pre-made video.
I mean, Stephanie's awesome because I had a question and she always answers pretty quickly, unless she's sleeping. Then it takes a while, but she's up all night doing investigations. I understand, but like,
message me after lunch and you'll get a response.
I was like, hey, how do I get to this? Literally, I don't know, a minute later, she has this video she sends me. This is how you do it. I'm like, all right, I'll buy my ticket now.
Yeah, a lot of people struggle with it. It used to be like right on Facebook, you could see it said events and it was super easy for people to get to it. But then they like switched it up and you have to go on Facebook, and when you scroll down, it's like just a little bit down, there's a section where it says like photos and like different little tabs. I think events is probably the last or second to last one. You just click events, and then it brings up all the events that we have in the upcoming future. You won't find Coco's on there all the time. You won't find the theater on there all the time, because I like to update them 1 month ahead of time. So those are always posted a month ahead of time. So here coming up before January ends, I'll have February posted. But you can always ask me and see if I have the dates available, so then you can plan ahead if you are wanting to come to one of those specifically. But privates are usually always available. You cannot book a private through Coco's or the theater unless you go through me. You can ask Ryan. He learned.
Yes. I tried forever to get in the West Theater, and it was like,
the owner, she kept calling me. She's like, this guy keeps trying to come here, and he's got some podcast, and he wants to do like some private thing. Is that something you offer? I'm like, yes, we do, but he just has to call me. She's like, well, here's his email, but then I tried to email you. It didn't work. So then I was like, I'll just wait on him to message again.
And I did. So
yeah, I figured you would.
We got it done. No, it was, West Theater is a cool place. I mean, it's definitely something there.
You wouldn't expect how haunted it is.
I mean, it's old, and a lot of people went through that place. I mean, it was a gathering place in Barberton. I mean, you grew up in Barberton, so there's not much to do in Barberton.
I learned that there's limestone caves very close to the theater, and they are huge limestone caves. And I'm like, well, this could just add to our, hauntings right here.
No, I mean, it's an unbelievable place. It was cool. I said my family grew up there, so it was kind of cool to go see where my dad used to hang out as a kid and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I think so too. It's really cool, and I love that Mark and Bonnie keep everything original, like the ceilings original from that time, and a lot of the seats are still there. They just took out what the city made them and put those tables and stuff in, like the concession stand. Everything is just like, it takes you back in time when you walk in there.
Yeah, it upset me though. We'll get into this for a second, but I had my recorder going the whole time. Remember, I left it upstairs in the camera room for like, when I hit save, it was like 3 hours and 58 minutes. I'm like, this is going to be terrible to listen to all this. Mm-hmm. Back like 3 days later, all my recordings were gone. Not one thing and it all said saved.
Oh my God.
I had investigations before. I think I did an investigation after, but all of West Theater, not one thing.
That's weird. And you left it in the projector area.
Yeah.
And that is like that's like our hot spot up there. That's where like that negative thing hangs out up there.
The damn thing erased my recorder.
It doesn't surprise me. It's that grudge looking like thing that hangs up. I
mean, so you know what that means. I have to go back now. So
I think you'll probably get better results. You guys will probably actually get to hear the loud bangs and all like the crazy stuff that we normally experience, because you've already been there now and they've met you.
Yeah, my dad's like, I like to do another place that's, maybe a little more active. I'm like, I'll lock your ass up in Madison Attic. Like, you want something? I'll give you something.
Yeah, that's not a good time.
I mean, I've been there 15 times, and I tell everybody this, but the last time we were there, end of December, we did double Estes up in the attic. When it was in the doctor's chair, and I was down in those two rooms that I think are the darkest.
Yeah.
Then at the end, I'm like, lock me in this attic. And they're like, what? I'm like, 45 minutes, lock me in. I'm cool. And I've been up there before solo, really not an issue. I tell you what, like, I don't know if we stirred something up there in Estes, but they closed those doors. Like, I felt like I should not be in that hallway.
Yes. And I have felt that. I feel like was it after midnight that you did that?
Yeah, I think it was like 2:30 or something like that.
Yeah. See, I'm fine up there. No problem by myself. But once midnight hits, you will not catch me up there by myself. I'm not going to get my stuff if it's up there. I'm not walking up there alone. Like, I promise you, I went with Eerie Excursions like a year or two ago, and there wasn't many. There was maybe like 10 people on the tour with us, which is why I went. I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends, and there's not that many people going to Madison, so I'm gonna do this. So I go, and I went solo like I normally do. And Dave Creech, he's always on their tours, like he's like a relative of them, but he's super cool, and I enjoy investigating with him because he's not scared to be by himself, and neither am I. So he was like way down on the bottom floor, and I was the only one up in the attic. Him and I were the only two on that side. Everybody else was on the Civil War side. And so I'm up in the attic by myself. I'm perfectly fine for the longest time. The surgeon doctor guy breaks my bell, and I was still fine. Like, that didn't freak me out. He breaks my bell. I'm totally cool about it, whatever. But then after midnight, like I said, it's just like a shift in the air. And it's like that feeling that you said, like, you are not supposed to be up here. And it is like more than a set of eyes on you. It's like daggers at your throat. Get the hell out.
Yeah, well, I had the doors closed to go into the park. So I had them close that and latch it. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, this doesn't feel right. And the door started shaking. I'm like, okay, it's the wind. Then I hear footsteps, and they were all down in the break room.
Yes.
And I'm like,
yes.
And I'm trying to act all badass, you know. I'm like, you know, I said they're going to lock me in here for 45 minutes, so I don't want to open those doors, you know. We're just going to leave those closed. Like, I didn't want to open those doors.
I don't blame you.
Because usually want them up there because they mess with women. The doctor messes with women. The guys don't get too much up there. But I think he had enough of me because I'm up there, you know, hey, dude, step up. Let's go.
I was going to say, if you piss him off, he'll do something. If you talk shit to him, he will do something.
He never did. He always steps back. But this time, like 20 minutes in, dude, my attitude changed. I'm like, hey, dude, I've just been messing with you, you know, for the last 15 times. I just want to hang out, get to know you. You know, come on. Like, I was like, I don't want to be up here. But
he wasn't in the mood that night.
Yeah, I lasted an hour up there. But it just felt bad. Like, it felt really off.
It's a terrible feeling. I'm telling you, it's something after midnight. I went on a flashlight tour with a couple people I used to hang out with there, and it was us three girls, and we were upstairs by ourselves, and we heard a door shutting, that one that's back, that chair that sits in the very, very back with the doors that are always open. We kept hearing a door slam shut, and I was like, it's the wind. Let's go look. So we go and we walk down there, and I'm like messing with the door. I'm like, see guys, I'm like, it's just the wind probably blowing from the open window. And then bam, we hear a smack come from the other end, like, but it was still in that long, creepy hallway with the tile, you know, where the doctor's area is. So I stop and I'm like, well, what the hell was that? And then all of a sudden you just hear like nails. It sounds like somebody scraping their nails along the walls coming towards us. We all jumped on top of each other, and I was so scared. I'm not even going to lie. I was so scared. I pulled out my phone to call Shelly, the manager, you know, down. Yeah. I pulled out my phone to call her, and my phone died, and I had 50% and my phone shut off. I was like, hell no. I was like, my phone's dead, guys. My phone's dead, guys. We don't even have a flashlight. So then the other two girls pull out their phones, and their phones were fucking dead. I am not kidding you. Their phones were dead. So then, like, overwhelming panic is just happening over me. And I was like, I literally had my hood on, and I had like just my eyes open, and I was like so hunched up with these two girls, and we were all together, and it just got dead silent out of nowhere. And I was like, guys, we really need to like take our chance and get out of here while it's quiet. Like, let's just make a run for it. Right as I say that, you hear a chair dragging out in the like asylum part. You hear a chair just being dragged out there, and they look at me, and our eyes are just staring all at each other. And then we hear people laughing and talking and walking and coming up the steps. And I was like, now's the time. There's people up here. Let's go. And then like we all grabbed onto each other, and we like I just like held my eyes down and just looked at the ground and ran forward. There was never anyone out there. So we make it all the way down. We are running all the way down those steps as fast as we can. We get into like home base where Shelly's chilling at her little spot. And I come out there, and I was like, oh my God, I've never been so terrified in my life. You won't just believe what happened. I said, who else is in the building right now? And she goes, just you guys. And I just stared at her, and I said, there's no way. You guys came up there. She goes, no, we didn't. I said, she did. There's no way. I'm like, we heard you guys laughing. We heard the talking. We heard you guys moving furniture out there. She was like, no. We never came up there. You guys have been up there a good hour and a half by yourself. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, that was terrifying.
That's odd because when we were doing Estes, I got out of mine. I was listening to my buddy Christian do his, and we heard females talking. So we
They
went
were
to
just chatting.
Yeah, we went to the stairwell and we could still hear them talking down below us.
Exactly. We couldn't hear the conversation words exactly, but you heard the commotion of their voices and like the echoing from it.
Yeah.
There was no one fucking there.
No, we were all upstairs. There's no one else in the building besides us. I'm like, all of our shit's gonna be gone when we go down there. Like someone's robbing us. You know, that's what I was thinking. Like
that's my first go-to always. I always think someone breaks in and I'm always like, and I get to the place and I'm like, all right, I guess there is nobody here. But you, as a paranormal investigator, if you've been doing it for years, your first thought is never usually it's paranormal after you've gone through the phases of not being excited and it being ruined by a human. You're just like immune to it being paranormal. But when it actually ends up being paranormal, you're like, holy fuck. That was crazy, actually.
Yeah. My buddy Ken was there with me, and he said the doors were unlatched when he came back up to get me. So maybe there was something over there. I'll go back, you know, whatever.
Yeah, that would definitely be interesting. I've never had the nail scratching again happen to me, but I do know that that's a thing. People have experienced that up in that attic, and they always like try to say it was an animal, and there was no goddamn animal. Like there was not an animal up there.
Well, next time I run it, I like doing it when it's cold out. I think it's a lot more active when it's cold at Madison. So next time I run it, I'll throw you a text. If you want to come up in your
I don't mind being cold. I just don't want to hold events at these places all the time in the cold.
Yeah, well, just come up and investigate with us sometime.
I was going to say, if we're just investigating, that's a different situation because I'm not entertaining and I don't have to sit there and freeze.
Yeah, we were in Sarah's room. I was doing Estes. I think me and Ken were up there over an hour, and I'm like, I am cold. And I looked down, it was 4.3 degrees Celsius.
Jesus.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, so let's go. It's time to go warm up.
So. We have Randolph this weekend, Saturday, and I know we have that storm coming. I think I might just leave tomorrow and then just get a hotel and stay in Indiana, so I'm there. But I'm worried that it's going to be cold, so I'm like packing all these layers. I'm getting all these gloves packed and ready to go. But luckily there, the front half of their building is heated. So, you know, like we can also investigate in that front half of the building because it's huge. There's like a kitchen, living room, dining room. There's bedrooms upstairs and stuff. So we can like, you know, come back, collect the warmth and then go back out into the cold.
Yeah, I just got invited to Randolph, I think February 2nd. Another group that was on the podcast just messaged me. Saying,
I think they just messaged me last night actually on TikTok. It was like TTS or H-Town Paranormal.
Yeah.
Okay. H-Town Paranormal, they messaged me last night and they were asking a bunch of different questions about the places that I'm going. And they were like, we don't really like public investigations. And I told them the same thing that I told you. I'm like, you might not like a public investigation. Number one, mine are ran differently than what your typical investigation with random people are. And number two, it introduces you to these spirits. You're paying all that money. You really should get acclimated to these spirits before you go and just try it out. But there's people like you said that like to do that. And then me, if I have a chance to get closer to a spirit faster and not waste time and get them acclimated to me quicker, then I'm gonna definitely, like I had Brooke and Zach investigate with us Friday night at Wildwood for our weekend to get them going with us. And I'll tell you what, I think that it really worked because our whole weekend was insane.
Yeah, I mean, H-Town's a newer group. I mean, he had a group, then it disbanded, and you know, whatever. He was on a show, and he's just now getting back into it.
That's what he said. He goes, he was asking like what equipment and stuff I have. And I was like, I have like 4 cases of equipment. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I just have this. I was like, well, that's why you need to come on a public tour. So then you can check this stuff out and see how it works. And I don't know why people hate on public so bad.
It's hard to go back.
I still enjoy public tours though, even though I do my own privates with my friends and stuff. Like I think it just depends on who's doing your tour.
Yeah, definitely.
Bottom line.
I did Mansfield way back in the day, like 15 years ago. And there was
hell no. We ain't doing that.
That was jam-packed. Like, it was,
that's what I'm talking about. I am very
terrible.
particular on my tours. Like, it depends on the size of the location. Like, I just hit up Addie to get the saloon booked in Indiana because we're doing ISS, and I was trying to make it so we could spend a weekend out there. And I was like, let me do the saloon or whatever. And she goes, "You're going to hold an event there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, how many people can I fit?" She goes, "I would not." She goes, "It is not big enough. I'm not going to do something that's not going to work out." So I just booked ISS for 2 nights, and we're going to have a camp out there. Christopher's coming. We're going to do some like Bigfoot interaction stuff. It's going to be super cool. So I would rather do something different than force people to do something that's not going to work out. And I definitely cap my tours and keep them limited for those reasons of too much people and noise contamination. It's just a waste of money.
Yeah, Mansfield was terrible. Like, they gave us a little tour. I mean, it was beautiful. It's a beautiful place, like, historically. But they gave this tour, and they're like, "Hey, keep your flashlights down. Make sure you don't do it 20 minutes."
But then they let them all go free roam and do whatever they want, and they don't listen to them, and they don't care.
No, I was on the 3rd floor, jail cell, walking. I hear some people coming. This idiot comes around the corner with like a 10,000 watt headlamp on.
Yeah.
I almost freaking fall over. I'm like, dude, like.
See, I have a speech and I have rules that we do when we start our public investigation. And the good thing about mine is majority of the time I'm with the group, except for a little bit. I give them a little bit of free range, but majority of the time I'm with them. And one of my rules is the only time you're allowed to use a flashlight is if we are actively moving. You should not be sitting there with your flashlight out. Or even cell phones. A lot of my guests that are regulars, they dim their lights on their cell phones because I'm so particular. I want everybody to get a good experience. So you might get yelled at a little bit. You might hear the wrath of turn your light out. Like, we're not doing that. But in the end, when you leave, you realize why, because it's an interruption. It's not cool.
No, but I'm going back to Mansfield. Albany Paranormal just jumped on. I don't know how long she's been on, but I think her cousin or her rented out Mansfield as a private. So
I did do a private. I went back and I did a private with Patience and a couple of her friends, and we had a really great time. It was completely different than that public investigation that we went on, and I did like it more then, but the publics there are horrible. Yeah. Never again.
I always tell people, if you want to do a big public, Trans-Allegheny is a great one. They limit the people, 10 people per floor.
That's good.
Get 9 friends. You get like 3 hours each floor, and you'll have the whole floor to yourself. There's 4 floors. So, I mean.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, they do a very good job down there. All right, we got off topic of the Paracon, but that's fine. We have a podcast next month, too. So we can talk about all this.
I was gonna say we can do it again. There's always stuff to talk about.
Stuff. But everybody out there, like, you want to get recognized, you want to network, like, be a vendor at the Paracon.
And that's really, in the past, I started my business a year ago, and our events are almost sold out. And I just use Facebook. I'm working on my website and stuff, but I don't pay for my ads regularly. And the publicity really came from, like I said, the flea market. We did a lot of craft shows, and just because they're craft shows, come up with something, like create something, even if you like your t-shirts or your hoodies or whatever, and you put them up on a table for sale, it doesn't have to be anything. Like I sell crystals and I make candles and things like that. And I have my haunted dolls now. But it really all started from doing events and tables and setting it up, and it's time consuming, and sometimes it's boring, and sometimes you don't make any money at all and you're paying for basically your table to be there. But in the end, if you stand outside of your table and you interact with people and you pass your card out and not just sit there like this behind your table and not look approachable, you're going to get so many more people coming up to you versus sitting there and being silent. No one's going to come up to you. So you're going to waste your time if you do that. You have to be personable, and you've got to put yourself out there, and you can't be scared.
Yeah. And like we were talking before, there's so many people that are going to walk to that arcade and like flea markets and everything that are interested in the paranormal but don't know much about it, and they're going to stop and talk
Right.
to you. And
When I first started a year ago doing tours at Coco's, once people started finding out I was doing it there, just like the local shops around, they were like coming right up to me, and some people wanted readings done, some like all sorts of different stuff, and it's just because there's not much of that up there.
right, it's sad, but it's not sad because you get to do the groundbreaking of Cleveland Paranormal. So
Yes, I'm taking over Cleveland.
taking over Cleveland. No, I mean, I think it's awesome. I'm excited about it. I'm sure everybody else that's going to be there walking around is excited about it. Yeah, a lot of great special guests, guest speakers.
Yeah.
I was on a 222 Paranormal podcast a few weeks ago. Joe and Jen, unbelievable people. And it was different because they were asking me the questions instead of me asking someone else the questions. But it was great. I mean, that dude just has a voice for radio. I don't know, Joe. But they said they plan on talking, telling some stories, whatever. And I guess they're going to do some podcasting there, but it's all recorded. And they said they'd jump over on mine too. So.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't talked to them officially what they were going to do with their podcast, but I already blocked out a time for them to do their little speech and whatever they wanted to do. And then I don't know if we'll be able to, but there is a podcasting room in Coco's. Okay. I just don't know if we're going to be allowed to use it. I have to ask her son because it's his room, but he hasn't used it in quite some time. He actually has a podcast himself where they talk about reincarnation and just like weird off the wall things, that type of stuff. But I haven't seen him do it in months. So I'm going to see if we can get access to that room and maybe put them in there. And then like you guys could like go in there together and like do a little podcast while panels are going on, because it's a closed off room and like it has a window. So I think that would be really cool if we could do that.
Yeah. I mean, I know when I talked to them, they said they do everything pre-recorded.
Oh, okay.
They record it and he edits a little bit, then, gets it out.
Gotcha.
But they do a great job. I mean, watching them, I learned a lot being on their show. So I'm new to this kind of a little bit podcasting thing.
Yeah, I used to obviously I get invited to a lot of podcasts, and I used to sign up for them or like say, yeah, I'll do them, but then I would forget. And these people would not remind me either. They would be like 2 minutes before it starts, are you ready? And I'm like, shit, I'm at the grocery store. Like, there ain't no freaking way I'm hopping on your podcast. And then I did feel bad one time, like I had a really bad weekend, and my cat had passed away and all this stuff. And this guy was like messaging, he's like, all right, you ready to hop? Like, I'm not getting on. I'm sorry. And then I just like gave it a break. But then you and Christopher recently asked me, and I was like, okay. I was like, I'm going to get back into this, and I'm going to make sure that I am on these freaking podcasts.
I mean, they're fun. I just want to get everybody know what's going on with Cleveland Paracon.
Yeah.
That's the main purpose of this one.
And you can take a bunch of videos, like I said, when you come to the event on the 30th. We could even stay an extra hour longer or whatever if you wanted to walk around and just get some content for it. I don't care.
You might have to make a TikTok.
That's not a problem.
Not of me.
They love TikToks at Coco's.
It's funny because I hate being on camera. Like, that's not. I mean, I do a podcast, but I hate being on camera. And I'm like,
yeah, I don't mind it actually. And some people, I was gonna say, some people they like volunteer me to do it. Like at Farrar, we had Elton and all them come in. I don't remember their name. The overnight channel.
I don't know.
Like Matt Rife and them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they were coming, and I let them into the school because everybody else was just like so nervous and like freaking out. And I'm like, guys, like they're regular fucking people. So I let them in, and they asked if I could be on their live for that night for YouTube because they said that I spoke so well. They liked all the stories I was telling. So Ivy, she's the manager. She was like, oh my God. Like, what do I wear? This, that, whatever. So I got her a whole outfit. I like put it together, and then we went on to the live, and everybody was like, you just talk so well on camera. Like, you're just like a natural. And I'm like, I just pretend like it's not there and just do your regular thing. There's no reason to be nervous, but it was a good time. They were fun.
All right, we're an hour into this. I know you have stuff to do tonight also. Um, I'm no, I mean, you're like, let's do it early because I got stuff to do. I'm like, I'm fine with that.
I do. I have to start getting ready here soon for work, but it's fine. This was a good time. I don't mind doing it.
I appreciate you coming on. Learn a little about the Paracon coming up. Everybody out there, go visit, go walk through, become a vendor, do something. Like, it's Cleveland. You got history here. I know Verona's from Pennsylvania. You know, he's a Steelers fan or something. I don't know, but it's fine. So
you got the lake up there too in the summer, you know, so like you can literally like go up to the lake in the morning. It's gorgeous. I love going to Lake Erie and taking my kids up there. Like, don't go to Edgewater, but go to the parts that are pretty blue. I promise you, like, we have gone and we put goggles on and we can see through the water because it's so crystal clear, but I'm not giving you my spots on here.
No, Cleveland's a beautiful city. I mean, make a trip out of it. You got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Great Lakes Science Center, and just downtown, a lot of great food.
There's so many cool things to do down there. And it's changing effortlessly. With the stadium being removed, the Brown Stadium isn't going to be there. They're redoing the whole front, you know, lakefront and everything. It's going to be a brand new city here soon.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, I'm glad. I am too. A lot of people are mad they're moving the Browns out, but that stadium's terrible. I'm not going to lie.
The thing of it is we're never going to have a Super Bowl, which is what everybody wants, because you're never going to be able to have it in Cleveland. It's impossible. And what sucks is it's still in a Cleveland suburb where they're moving it, you know, but it's just not Cleveland, you know. A lot of
like that though too. I mean,
to be honest, I don't care because I don't do with sports ever since LeBron left. There's just no point in life anymore for me. But
no, it's going to be cool. Glad we get a new stadium, redo the lakefront. I don't know what they're going to put there yet. They keep talking about different stuff, but get rid of that stadium. I mean, I think they bought that stadium off Temu. I'm not sure, but it's pretty bad. It's terrible. So no, again, I appreciate it. I will remind you 20 times before our next podcast because that's what you told me to do.
Yep, and it worked out great. I was right on time.
Yeah, you were right on time. I just had to message you. I'm like, I've never had anybody not show up yet, so make me a little nervous when it's 5 seconds till. But
yeah, I was waking up from my nap and I was like, oh my God, I definitely have to get downstairs.
But again, it's Stephanie from Haunted Havens LLC. She does a whole bunch of events. Check her out. Check her Facebook out. If you have issues finding the events, she's going to put a video sooner or later on. If not, just email me. I'll send you the video.
Send it directly, or he can. One of the two.
Yeah. But again, I will see you in a few days at Coco's.
Yep. I'll see you next week.
Yeah. And we'll see what's going on there.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you very much. See you, Stephanie.
All right. Have a good night. Bye.